Hi, I'm John Hazzard, and for me, it's all about food. Today I want to show you how to make sweet potato fries. And you know, sometimes you may get a little tired of using English potato fries. You may want to have something different, and you may want to use a sweet potato. And I kind of have a long history with sweet potatoes because as a boy growing up in Barbados on a Saturday, my mom would often make a nice Bajan soup. And a Bajan soup, along with edibles and yams and other vegetables and herbs, it would always have in a sweet potato. And of course dumplings, you have to have dumplings in the Bajan soup. But I would always go looking for my sweet potato because I guess as a boy, I like that kind of sweetness as well too within the soup. And mom always used to place sweet potato. Now this one here is an orange sweet potato. I know in the United States and North America they call it yams, but in Barbados we call it sweet potato. So I remember when I first went to the States and I heard people calling sweet potato yams, what kind of came up in my mind was the yams we have in Barbados, which is more savory, which is a white flesh. And our sweet potatoes as well too in Barbados tend to have a white flesh, and we also can get some as well too which are orange, and this particular one here is orange. So the other thing as well on a Saturday that mom always would do, if you didn't have a sweet potatoes, if you didn't have a soup, a Bajan soup, mom would send me across in the next neighborhood, which was Oxnard, as I grew up in Husbands in Barbados. And mom would have me go and buy some pudding and sauce for the family. And again, pudding is made from sweet potato. So I have a long history going back with sweet potatoes. And the thing I find with sweet potatoes as well too, they're very versatile. You can do so many things with them. We make in Barbados a phenomenal sweet potato pie on a Sunday. You can roast this nice and whole as well to eat it with a bit of butter. I mean, it's a very, very versatile root vegetable. So today, for this show, I want to show you, if you're tired of using English potato French fries, you can also make some sweet potato fries. And for that, we just need a few basic ingredients. Of course, we have to have our sweet potato. I have a pot here with water, so I'm going to pop this in the pot with water. And we're going to place this on the stove to bring it to a boil. So while that's coming to a boil, the other ingredients we need for the sweet potatoes, some cinnamon sugar. I'm going to garnish it with some cinnamon sugar. Adds a little more sweetness to it, it makes it taste nice. So basically I have some granulated sugar here. I also have a bit of cinnamon powder. So I'm going to put a bit of cinnamon powder in here, maybe like a teaspoon or so inside here. And then what we have here is we have some nutmeg seed, which is right over here. So I like to take nutmeg, and I have like a little small microplane, a mini one. You can use a bigger one if you don't have a small one, or you can use a box grater. But you want to get the finest side, and I would tend to grate a bit of nutmeg as well too, right inside here. Not a lot, because nutmeg has a very strong flavor, but this gives a really good flavor to our sweet potato. So then what we do, we take our spoon, and we're going to just mix this all up and get this all mixed in nicely. And this is what we're going to sprinkle on the sweet potatoes when they are finished frying. Okay, so that's all mixed. So what we're going to do now is that we have to kind of wait now on the sweet potato to come to a boil. When it's cooked, we're going to remove it from the water. I tend to use like a skewer, or I use like a toothpick. Whatever you have at home you can use. And I will kind of insert that in the center, and if it goes right the way through, I know the sweet potato is finished. Take it out, allow it to rest at room temperature for probably at least an hour. Once it's cooled, you place it in the fridge, and for me I will put it in the fridge overnight, and the next day is when I will come and I will slice them into wedges and then deep fat fry them. I like to deep fat fry the yellow sweet potato, the one or the orange one we're using. I like to deep fat fry that a bit higher than 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I tend to go more around 400, 425 degrees Fahrenheit because the flesh inside is soft. So I want to give it a real nice blast of heat so it gets really crispy on the outside and still tender on the inside. So I'm going to fry it maybe around 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to patiently wait until our sweet potato is boiled, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start to compose and put together our sweet potato fries. Okay, well, my sweet potato is now cooked. and it's been rested in the fridge for a little while, so it's nice and well cooked and ready to go. So what I do with this particular one, generally I use the white sweet potato, which is a little firmer, but I find the orange sweet potato inside is a bit softer. So I like to slice this one with the skin on. So basically what I do, just take off these ends. And what we're going to do, just get rid of this here. We're going to probably make some fries about this size. So I cut this in half all the way through. And then now we're going to take this and stand it up, and we're going to cut this now into some wedges. I'll say some thick wedges. That should be good. And now we're going to cut this across now into about 3. So this is 3 right here. And this one here probably could go maybe 4. So you have 4 pieces right here. And we do another 4 with this one as well. So we're getting quite a few fries out of here, which is great. Now let's do this one. So we're going to cut all the way down. I just cut this here into 3. And then this here, I'll cut this here into another 3. So that's it there. And again, I'm leaving the skin on because this orange sweet potato tends to be a bit softer than the white one. So the skin tends to hold it together well. And the skin as well too with the sweet potato is also edible. So that's the beautiful thing about the sweet potato. So we're going to go ahead now and we're going to go ahead and to fry this. So what I have is a thermometer. Let's just check to make sure our temperature should be like around 400, 425, or let's say 450. We're going to get it nice and hot to fry these here. So we're kind of getting up there. I've increased the heat a bit. Okay. So it's getting really nice and hot. So let's just get rid of this. So again, a thermometer is really important for you to have to fry these. So we're going to head over to our pot here so we can fry these sweet potatoes and see what color these come out to. So I'm looking forward to these sweet potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead again and check my temperature of my oil just to make sure I have it where I want it to be. So we're looking like around 450 for these for these orange sweet potatoes. Now if it's white, you just want to fry this like about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That tends to be a bit firmer. But I like to fry this nice and hot to get a really nice golden color on the outside. So we have our temperature nicely done here. I'm going to put a few onto my spider, so it's important to have like a little spider like this. And we don't want to flood the pan with too many at one time. So add these in. That's nice and hot. So it's frying beautifully there. And of course I have here as well too a plate with a bit of paper towel to drain them as well when they come out. So let's just have a peep at these. These are looking good. Looking great. So again, it's important to have a really nice sear or heat in the oil. So again, 450 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm kind of advocating. Everybody's different for the orange sweet potatoes. And if you have the white ones, which you can also purchase as well too, sometimes you get those as well if you can't get the orange. I prefer to use the white one for the sweet potato fries actually. It's a bit firmer, holds it better. But these are all they found in the supermarket. So I want to show you if you don't have the white, you can also use the orange as well. But get it nice and hot, 450 degrees Fahrenheit in the oil, and we have it deep fat frying. So, oh wow, so these are beautiful. I think that's a beautiful color there. We're just going to go a few more minutes, not too long. And then I'm going to pull these out and we're going to start to let them cool a bit, and we're going to toss them with this cinnamon sugar. So these ones are, let's just see. Oh, these are beautiful. This is a beautiful color right there. That's a gorgeous color. So just going to drain this on my paper towel. And the other thing you can have as well too is you can have like a thermometer that's attached to your pot. Let's just check the temperature again, because generally when you add stuff to the pot, it cools down the heat. So let's just check this temperature again. We are 355, 373. So we are going to allow this here to cool, to come back at the temp again, and then we're going to fry some more. But these ones here so far, that's the kind of color that we're looking for with the sweet potato fries. And then all we're simply going to do really is just to toss this with a bit of cinnamon sugar, put it into a nice jar or whatever you want to put it into, and we will serve it. So I'm going to continue to fry up these and get all these fried up, and we're going to have these sweet potato fries for lunch. But these here look absolutely stunning. So that's what we're looking for. So remember, for these orange ones, we want to have like a temperature of 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you are doing the white ones, you can go like 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's just I find that the flesh of these is a lot softer than the white ones, so I tend to want to go with a bit higher temperature. So I'm going to continue to fry up some more of these. Let's just check our temperature again. Let's see where we are at with this. I raised it up. We're now climbing to 378, 385. So the temperature is still climbing. Want to get it nice and hot. Okay, we're climbing up. Still needs a bit more time to heat up. So I'm going to continue to fry these, and then we're going to toss these with the cinnamon sugar, and we're going to get ready to eat these wonderful sweet potato fries. I can't wait. These here look marvelous, and this looks so beautiful. Okay, so the sweet potatoes are all finished, and as you can see, they're still nice and warm, which is what we want. So I'm just going to put them a little few in here at a time into this bowl. And what we will do, just put away my thermometer right here. What we will do now is toss these with a bit of the cinnamon sugar and nutmeg sugar that we created earlier. And then we just give this a little toss in the bowl to just get it coated on all sides. Then I already prepared a nice little container here for you with some paper. And we're now going to just assemble this inside here. So it looks nice. And we could probably do a few more. I just want to do a few at a time because I didn't want them to break apart or anything of that nature. Again, it's a delicate thing you're dealing with. So a bit in the bowl, and then we just kind of toss them a bit with the cinnamon and nutmeg sugar. And we're going to place these right in here. Great. So, put this to the side. So there you have it. That's the sweet potato fries with cinnamon sugar, but of course you can call it cinnamon and nutmeg sugar. And it's absolutely delicious. Let's just go ahead and taste one of these. That is so good. What I did as well, when I cooked these as well too, I cooked it until it was just cooked. I didn't cook it like overcook it. So I still had a little resistance when I pushed my skewer through the middle. So I still have a little crunch, not a lot of crunch, small amount, but it's so delicious. Amazingly delicious. So I hope you can try this here at home as well too. So again, that's our sweet potato fries with cinnamon nutmeg sugar. Again, I'm John Hazzard, and for me, it's all about food.